Every emotion is a message. It's a message to you, it's a message to me, it's a message to our children and all of those around us. And it is so important to have a wide language and understanding of what these emotions are. And the best way to do that is to teach our children when they're young, because that truly is the time, is when they're young and they're going through these hard emotions and they don't really have words yet. We can help with those words, because we know that most children don't yet have words to read it. So when your child doesn't know how to express what's happening inside, feelings can come out sideways. And I'm sure we already know about this, right? Your child is very angry, maybe they're withdrawal, there's tears, or they have behavior that looks like defiance. And really it's how we react, and more of what we need to do is respond to what they're doing is what helps them understand that maybe behaviors that we're doing is not great, but what are we feeling under that? And how do we best express it in another way? So under every behavior is a feeling, and under every feeling is a need. And think about that, because for us, it's the same thing as adults, and we are fully developed cognitively by our mid-20s. But how many adults do you know that still have a really hard time expressing the need that is under the feeling, and doing it in a way that would harm relationships? So while we're young, it's really important that we teach them this vocabulary. So teaching emotional literacy means helping your child name what they feel so they can understand what they need. In today's episode, we'll explore how to build your child's emotional vocabulary, normalize all feelings, and make emotions safe to talk about, not something to hide. Welcome to another episode in the area of emotional safety with parenting, creating a safe place to feel, teaching emotional literacy. So naming feelings, why words matter. Children can't manage what they can't name. In fact, adults can't either, and some adults really struggle with this still. When we give feeling words, we give them shape, and once a feeling has shape, it can be understood and soothed. Without language, emotions live only in the body as tension, frustration, or even chaos. But when your child says, I'm angry or I feel left out, they're taking the first step toward self-awareness. So here's a simple practice. Start using emotional language in daily life. And this is when our kids are really young, like toddler age, or even babies, right? We can say when a baby's crying, we can talk to them. We can say things like, it looks like you're sad. It looks like you're upset. You must be hungry. Maybe you're tired, right? So let's start using these things. You look disappointed. That was exciting. It's okay to feel nervous. At first, it might feel awkward, but you're building emotional fluency one sentence at a time. So try this. At dinner time or bedtime, ask, what's one feeling you had today? This helps emotions become as normal as talking about the weather. And of course, then you can also let your own child know what one feeling you had that day as well, so you can reciprocate and they can learn from you, because talking about emotions is not easy. And they need to know that we still talk about the hard things. So let's expand emotional vocabulary. Many families get stuck using only 3 or 4 emotional words: mad, sad, happy, tired. But emotions are nuanced. Helping your children learn more words gives them more ways to understand themselves. Here are some examples to explore together. Instead of mad, try frustrated, irritated, disappointed, or hurt. Instead of sad, try lonely, left out, discouraged, or grieving. And instead of scared, try worried, uneasy, unsure, or startled. Tools you can use: feeling charts or color zones for younger children, emotion cards or mood jars where kids can pick or name how they feel, story time reflections, How do you think that character felt in that moment? The more emotional language your child knows, the more choices they have in how to respond. And that's the foundation of emotional intelligence. So let's normalize all feelings. Here's the heart of emotional literacy: no feeling is bad. And that's something we should remember even as adults. Feelings, they create such big energy or maybe make us sick, especially if you think of like anxiety or being sad or angry. And they can create just a lot of, I like to say, energy in our body. And we don't want to label this energy as bad or good, or say, hey, you can't jump around when you're excited, right? Or you can't maybe scream a little bit when you're mad. Things like this helps our kids understand that we do have so much energy in our bodies. We need to get it out, but it's in a healthy way. And then we need to label what we're feeling so they can start building more of emotional regulation and communicate effectively, which is really hard for us even as adults. So when we label emotions as good or bad, children learn to hide or deny them. But when we normalize every emotion, they learn that feelings aren't threats. They're signals. No matter how weird they make us feel or uncomfortable or how much energy we have, they're there to tell us something, and it's so important that we pay attention. You can say things like, it's okay to feel jealous. That's a human feeling. It's normal to be angry when something feels unfair. And it's okay to feel two things at once: proud and nervous, happy and sad. When children learn that every feeling belongs, they stop being afraid of their inner world. They stop running from emotion and start understanding it. And that's how emotional safety turns into emotional confidence. And again, we just learn these things over and over and over again as we practice them more and more. It's a muscle like any other muscle, if you think about a sport, that we just need to build, so that when we're in sticky situations as an adult or tough situations, we've got a vocabulary and years of practice. So emotional literacy isn't taught in schools. It's learned in homes where feelings are welcomed, named, and held without judgment. So again, feelings and emotions, they're okay. They're not bad. It's the way we behave with them that can be wrong sometimes and have negative consequences with those. So this week, try this simple practice. At bedtime, ask your child, what emotion showed up most for you today, and share your own too. And here's a journal reflection for you. How comfortable am I with my child's emotions, and which ones are hardest for me to name or allow? Next week, we'll close out this series, or next episode, with Love That Holds, Not Controls, integrating all we've learned about emotional safety, presence, and connection into everyday parenting. Until then, remember, you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to make room for all the feelings. Here's the comment section. Comment on anything in this video you would like, anything on emotional safety or teaching emotional literacy, any parenting wins or parenting struggles that you've had. And if you're having a hard time knowing what to comment on, use the journal reflection and comment with that. So if this video resonated with you today, take a breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in. Know you're not alone on this journey, and you never have to do it all at once. If you're feeling it, give this video a like so more people can find it. Share it with somebody who you think may need help in this area, and subscribe for new content of every day of every week. And remember here, tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. And here's some journals I've created. These go hand in hand with these videos. There's journals for adults, children books for your child, and a children's workbook. And the link is in the post above. Once again, thank you so much for listening to this video and taking the time out of your day. I hope you have a great day.